Hello there. I wanted to do a very small tutorial today. This is actually something that would be more like a little tip that I wanted to give to people that are using RPG Maker. This specifically is RPG Maker 2003. However, this applies to other RPG Maker engines as well. So, let's say you create an event, right? And in other RPG makers on the left you have like the event names and whatnot. And the older one not so much. You have to like look at the actual map or the grid and see if you have events or not. But one thing you notice, and I'm just gonna enter the event like this. And you can see that this is like blue, it's like shaded with the transparent color, whatever color you got going on in your RPG Maker thing. And this icon does not specifically tell you anything about what that thing is supposed to be. You can only tell if you have like the name on the left, or if you click on it and then you see that it's an event or it has like a specific name where it does a thing. But one of the things that I've done is I've created like these little icons, and you can do it yourself, and then you can just pretty much make whatever you want. Because when you create an event and you have like a graphic that is attached to that event, what it basically will do is that on the grid, on the actual RPG Maker editor itself, it's going to display the icon of that event on what's on the first page. So for example, let me see, we're gonna put this skull icon, for example. And you can see the skull. I know it's a little bit difficult because this is very zoomed out, but having like these sorts of identifiers help you, instead of just having to try and locate everything. If you have like an icon attached to that event, it makes it easier for you to tell this is what it does. Like this skull could be like some sort of enemy that spawns when a specific thing happens. And then what you also need to do is you create another page, one that doesn't have that specific icon, because what's going to happen is RPG Maker is going to check when you're in the actual game itself if a particular switch is being switched on. And it's going to go to the last page if the conditions have been met. In this case, since the conditions have been met for page 2, because it doesn't need any conditions in order to meet it, you're not going to see the icon in the actual game itself. You're only going to see it in the editor because the editor is not seeing if those conditions are met, but only when you actually play the game itself. So what's cool about this is, like I said before, you can use this in order to identify a variety of events. I've seen someone, which was in particular the person who made Look Outside, which is Frankie, and he uses this on Look Outside, uses a similar system to this. So you're gonna have to like check your RPG Maker, but the idea is, let me show Asteroid for a second. I have like these little icons. So in RPG Maker 2003, you have like the limit of 24 by 32 in terms of like sprite size, and then you have to it's generally like divided in, I think this is like looking up, then left, right, down, maybe, or is it up, up, left? Yeah, it was something like that. Now I can't remember like on by memory, but you get the point. It's that basically then you select the icon you want to use, and then you have those icons on the events themselves. So that's just like a little tip. I hope it ends up like maybe helping someone. It definitely helps to organize the events a bit better, specifically when you're seeing them on the grid. and having them with icons will make it quicker for you to know what they actually do and not just seeing like a blank icon that just has one color. Although I suppose you could also use just solid colors in order to identify those events, and if you can make them kind of color coded, so you do have that option as well. So that's a little tip. I don't know if it will help you or not. You should be able to use this in every single RPG Maker engine. It shouldn't be a problem. You just gotta consult the sprite sheet sizes and see what the limits are, and then make adjustments to the positions of those icons so they show up properly in your RPG Maker of choice.